Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon. We are back with another video. Today we're talking about one of the more established tokens in the crypto space. It is XRP Ripple. Does it have the potential to get to $50 per token in this cycle? That's what I'm talking about in today's video. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and you've got a completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin waiting for you in the description. Grab it now and let's talk about XRP. First and foremost, guys, I do need to mention that today's video is sponsored by TauStats. TauStats is the leading BitTensor explorer for everything happening on the BitTensor Tau network. You can buy, sell, stake, and purchase different subnet alpha tokens on BitTensor and using taustats.io. There is a TauStats link in the description of this video. Go ahead, check that out as well. You can bring up your own wallet on TauStats. You can check out everything that's happening with regards to price action for all these different subnets. Lots of great features, lots of great information. Check it out and let's get into the video. So like I was saying, XRP is the focus of what we're chatting about today. If we bring up the XRP chart very quickly, we can see we're currently sitting at about $3.29. We've had a really nice price movement to the upside here since the beginning of August. Of course, Bitcoin moving to new all-time highs is definitely helping with the altcoin market. And what we've seen with XRP over the past year and a half really is some really nice price action. We had a really strong run up here in Q4 of 2024 with prices jumping up 550%. Technically, since these lows at the middle of June, or even going back to this low period in that first week of April when we had the entire market pulling back, technically speaking, XRP is up over 100% since those beginning of April lows. And we're putting in a really nice consolidation pattern. I do think XRP has more room to run to the upside here. A couple of other key charts that I'm watching, though, that's going to impact this is Bitcoin dominance continuing to break to the downside. We've been talking about this on the channel for the past year and a half. Naturally, when Bitcoin dominance breaks to the downside, we see a number of different altcoins beginning to make moves and running to the upside, XRP included. Lots of stuff happening with XRP and the ecosystem, lots of speculation. I don't personally have any exposure to XRP, but that doesn't mean I don't think it can move up in value. The only thing I'm thinking about is really what's happening here from a regulatory perspective. I think there's going to be even better regulatory clarity for US-based businesses just like Ripple and XRP. But under the hood, I still have reservations about what's going on with the actual tech. I know there's all this talk about the XRP network replacing the Swift network, but ultimately, when you're looking at adoption, when you're looking at transactions per second, if the XRP network is going to be doing that, we're going to need to see some growth. We're going to need to see some better tech underpinning the actual network as a whole. If I jump over to XRP scan, we can clearly see we're running at about 20 transactions per second, and that's just not really close to what's happening on the likes of Solana and Sui and other layer 1 blockchain protocols. Remember, the market will essentially deviate towards the protocol that is quickest and most cost effective to operate on. You can argue to a greater or lesser extent how much of that market is going to be made up of institutional investors versus retail investors. You know, XRP is trying to lean into that institutional side of things a little bit more, but then there's all of these different retail protocols being built out, even from a DeFi perspective now on XRP as well, with compatibility and cross-chain compatibility with EVM. So exciting advancements being made within the ecosystem as a whole, but I still have reservations about its ultimate scalability and its potential for moving large sums of capital in very cost-efficient ways, cross borders, with some of the stuff and those limitations with what's going on underneath the hood. Again, last time I made a price prediction on XRP, I had different numbers here for a bear case, base case, and bull case scenario. Let's take a look at this for a minute, because what we have is a bear case with me thinking total crypto market cap could peak somewhere around 5 trillion. A base case is us getting to 7 trillion, and a bull case is us getting to $9 trillion. XRP getting to 6%, 7.2%, and 8% respectively in dominance in each of those different scenarios. And then you have the potential for price action for each token getting to $5, $8.40, and $12 in each of those cases, respectively. Now, can XRP go even higher than this? Sure, it's possible. Are we going to go to $50 in this particular cycle? In short, no, I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe it'll happen years down the line. But when we think about the existing market cap of XRP and the market cap numbers it would have to be getting to be going into the region of $50, it is astronomical. I'm not saying it's not going to happen eventually, but I think if we're looking at the market and we're projecting out what's going to happen here over the next few weeks and months, maybe we've only got a few months left in this cycle. Nobody knows for sure. But if I zoom out on the chart here to a weekly and look back to what happened here when we had XRP making its run up during the last cycle, you had a really nice run up here. And I'm taking it kind of after that first leg up, because we've kind of had that first leg up in this cycle already as well. XRP went on to do another 430% to the wick on the top of this candle, getting up to that $1.97, just under that $2 mark, when it peaked out during the last cycle. Okay, if we look and extend out another 400, even 500% from the current price where we're at right now, let me zoom out on the chart here. That's going to get us up to somewhere in the region, maybe, or let's take it from the, roughly speaking, the bottom of where we actually started having a breakout here to keep it similar to what we were looking at a moment ago. If we zoom out on the chart here even further and we're looking at somewhere in the region of a 400 to 500% gain, that's getting you somewhere between that $10 and $12 mark from this initial breakout when we had prices down just around that $2 mark. Again, we're not sitting a whole lot higher than that. We're at 329 right now. I do still think there's upside for XRP on the chart here, but if you're looking to extend it out, looking to fall somewhere in that $10 to $12 range with another 400 to 500% increase from here, that lands somewhere in between my base case and my bull case scenario. And again, depending on how bullish you want to be, leaning towards one of those numbers, I think it's possible we end up landing somewhere in between here. Again, could we go higher? Sure. Do I think we're going to go all the way to 50? Not in this particular cycle. Excuse me. But let's see what happens with XRP. There is a huge amount of bullish sentiment, a huge amount of retail investors flooding in. It is one of the most heavily shilled tokens on crypto social media as well. And so we have to remember and take all of that into consideration, especially when more retail investors come into the cycle later on as prices move a little bit higher. So that's my take on XRP for now, guys. Again, please let me know in the comments below. I do want to revise these price targets, being completely transparent. It's been a couple of months since I actually updated the numbers on this particular price target for XRP. So I do want to revisit it. I want to look at the XRP dominance. I want to think about tokens in circulation and how that's growing and expanding, and do and reverse engineer another price target for XRP. So drop a comment below this video if you want to see that, and I will make another video update for a price prediction for XRP by the peak of the cycle if we get enough comments below. That is it for today's video, guys. Remember, as always, if you got any value out of this XRP deep dive, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below. It really helps to spread the good word. Hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon as well. And don't forget that you've got a completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin waiting for you below in the description of this video. Grab it now, and we'll catch you in the next one.